we just closed out the new year. Happy New Year, everyone! If you haven't heard it already a million times, but it's we the if you just look at like the snapshot. So I have this snapshot here. You just look at the snapshot of 24. You see hash price down 45% year over year, but it wasn't that does not tell the full story. I like to think of trading hash price as kind of like trading volatility. So if you've ever looked at the VIX chart, it does trend towards zero. But there's certainly times where there's massive spikes in volatility, like, of course, around the halving time, runes mania. I mean, we were still seeing a bunch of ordinal stuff during that time. And then, of course, if you kind of zoom out, it actually zoom in a little bit on the last 3 months, it actually looks pretty dang good relative to where we were in the middle of the summer. Middle of the summer, man, it was oppressive. Mid 30s.
Did you just pull a zoom in on us?
I said zoom in and then zoom out.
In. The price is good.
Zoom in, price is good. Zoom out, price is actually still relatively good, especially if you look at it compared to mid to late summer. Man, that was oppressive. If you were a miner during July, August, September, it was rough because you're looking at low mid 30s hash price, which is all time low. I mean, we hit all time low there at the end of August, or middle of August there, which is that was tough. But anyway, looking at kind of the year over year, kind of parlaying what we see in hash price to Bitcoin price to how the public miners have actually fared. 23 was an awesome year for public miners, but that's because they were coming off of a 75% drawdown. So actually, I would say that 24 is even a little more impressive than 23, just because we actually had already done a 2.5x the year prior, and then continued that run through 24, even with hash price going down by almost 50%. Of course, the companies that were favored the most were those that had a pretty significant hodl because Bitcoin has gone up about 120% year over year. So overall, it was 24 was a really mixed year for miners. Their revenue potential has definitely gone down, but the value of the commodity that they're producing, which is Bitcoin, has gone up. So it's a really interesting dynamic. It's like if an oil producer produced a bunch of oil, held all of it, and now oil is instead of being $50 a barrel, it's $120 a barrel, and they held all that oil, but then the amount of oil that they can produce has gone down 50%. It's been a wild ride. So looking at kind of just the year just the month over month end of the year actually looks pretty dang good. Of course, hash price being up. I look at hash price being around 60 is that's a pretty healthy number for where the market's at, and you can see that in difficulty adjustments. If we go much over 60, you start to see difficulty adjust upward. You go much below 60, difficulty adjust downward a little bit. I think that's a pretty healthy number for the Bitcoin network right now. Hash price being the dollars per petahash per second per day. But yeah, I think that's where we're at.